Effectiveness. How many of you would like to get better results? I know I would. Awesome. Well, you know, let's face it. People don't want to be managed. They want to be led. They want to be inspired, and they want to be motivated. And they want to go on a journey in the workplace that motivates and connects them to the results of the company. And you as leaders, well, you can directly impact their journey. And the bottom line is, it's really hard to find good people. So you don't want to lose good people because of poor leadership. So today, we're going to cover several areas that are going to help you get a surge of new passion and enthusiasm for your leadership. First thing we're going to cover, we're going to take a look at the 4 qualities of amped up leaders. Next, I'm going to share something called the Platinum Rule with you. And if you embrace this, and you really understand it, and you put it into practice, it's going to increase your influence power with everybody on your team, in your organization, and even in your personal life. And then number 3, well, I'm going to share the one principle that is going to help you grow as a leader for the rest of your career. Sound good? All right. Well, let's get started. Lots of leaders. And the really effective leaders are good communicators, but they are great connectors. Why is that? Well, they understand the 4 distinct personality styles: the thinkers, directors, socializers, and relators. Remember, you can buy somebody's physical space, but you cannot buy their loyalty, their commitment, or their enthusiasm. That you have to win over and act as a team. So Mary Ann was the accountant, she was the thinker. I had Linda, who was in operations, she was a hardcore director. And then I had Mark, the youngest, he was in sales, and he was a full-blown socializer. Some of you are like, oh, I feel your pain. It wasn't easy, but finally got them settled down and focused. The next step was to bring in 7 key managers with the siblings and myself. So I sat there, and for 2 hours, I saw the blame game go on. Fingers were pointing, tempers were flaring. I actually had to call a timeout at one point because I thought they were going to come to blows. And at the end of it all, Mark looked over at me and he said, I sure hope you can give me some insights into how I can change this company. And my response was, if I can get you to change, the company will change. It's in their leaders. Well, you know, all I really did was help them raise their leadership lid. And some of you are familiar with John Maxwell. He writes a great book called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, and he talks about this thing called the law of the lid. And the law of the lid is simply this. Let's say you're all leading at a certain level. On a scale from 1 to 10, let's say you're leading at a level 6. Well, this is what I know to be true. The effectiveness of your work is never going to rise above your ability to lead and influence others. In other words, you cannot produce consistently at a level higher than your own leadership. And this principle is in operation in companies and with leaders, whether you're aware of it or not. It was the deal. Ray Kroc knew who he was, he knew where he was going, and he could persuade others to follow him. How about you? Are you ready to get amped up? Do you need a surge of passion and enthusiasm? Do you want to become more effective? I can help you do that right now by answering 3 key questions. What do you want to do more of? What do you want to do less of? And what must you do differently?